And we are live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I'm going live because I've just been chilling, been doing a lot of work today, been training, been posted up um, at home. Shouts out to whoever on the chat. We'll let the chat load. Give me a shout out, tell me where you're at, and I will give you a shout out in return. I know it's late or very early some places. Whoever's on the chat, counterpunch to you guys. This is just a random chat just to see where we're at, see if everybody's safe, see what we're doing, what's your 20, what's your condition, what's your status. Have we saw any boxing? Have we picked up, catched up? Any boxing we possibly missed? Like, I know it was several fights that I've missed that I've wanted to catch up on, that I've been watching here and there. And they were some pretty good fights, and the Zone actually has a vault that they have classic fights on there. And let me look at a few. For example, I know they got De La Hoya Whitaker on there. They have, I'm not sure about Trinidad Vargas, but I think you could find that on YouTube. Hassan, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Sebastian, as of so far, all the big fights are postponed. Yes, for the safety of the general public. Who's your favorite boxer in the heavyweight division right now? I don't know. I just know it's booming. I'm just along for the ride. I'm just observing. I'm observing and reporting. I like Dubois. I like fresh young blood. I like Dubois. I want to see the potential because I know all boxers have potential, but he's one of the ones that looks the most promising. But Joe Joyce, he's a big guy. He doesn't have the speed, like someone like Fury that is equally big. But I'm interested to see what they're going to do in their careers. So those are the new blood, the new kids on the block. But I like Dubois, to answer your question. Robert Bradley, what's up, brother? Counterpunch from the UK. How things going over that way? How's the Rona? How's the Ronavirus? Yeah. You guys, what do you guys think about Canelo Triple G3? What do you think about Usyk? Does he have a chance against the big guys? Sebastian, he does. He does because he has speed. He has speed and he has skill. My only question about Usyk is his chin. Can he handle those big punches from those guys like that? Because as soon as those guys land a flush shot, even if it's a partial shot and he catches it wrong, and it hits him with too much impact, how will that affect him? I know he came from a cruiserweight, but he started amateurly as a heavyweight. So, if that's worth much. Purism. I'm trying to slap box. A lot of people do slap box. Did you hear Ishe Smith destroy the IMDb? Yeah. I actually did one on Ishe Smith last week, I believe it was. Or it was 4 days ago or something like that. And he was explaining how it was impossible and ineffective to wear your glove like that. And it made a lot of sense. But the best person explained it, probably the best, was Paulo Malignaggi. He destroyed any type of doubt or any type of edge that Tyson Fury might have if he would have pulled something like that. But yeah, I didn't watch it yet, but I'm gonna check it out from Sporting Icons. I'm gonna check out the because actually, I mean, I went to sleep early. Um, I was ripping and running, and I just got tired and laid down for a while. Woke up at 9 o'clock. Worked out, then cooked, then ate, then watched a little, played a little video game, stuff like that. Because we're not doing anything. My show is on hold in Austin, which is Fear the Walking Dead, and we're not coming back until at least the 13th. So we got what, 20 days? What's that? 25th, 30th. It's five. Yeah, 19 days. You know. Ali, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. JS, that should happen, but will it happen? We don't know. Deontay, with his contractual agreement, is holding that up. But, why would it not hold up? He has a contractual agreement. How you doing, old chap? David, I'm doing good. David Wendell, I'm doing great. I'm just holding up, trying to be patient, trying to be healthy as I possibly can. I didn't want to be around here just drinking and stuff like that because that's rather boring. And no one really wants to come over or hang out, because everybody's scared, especially like oh no, you need 14 days of isolation. So here we are, So it is the best thing. If they are blaming Fury, shouldn't they be blaming Diaz too, since he was in the changing room? Look, he should. Robin Bradley, great counterpunch. He should be. They should blame him, but they're not blaming him, because they don't want to put any negativity on the corner of Deontay Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder is bad. It's bad when you have a group of channels that one fighter can't do any wrong. You know what I mean? If you can't do nothing wrong, like nothing ever wrong, well, hell, they're just a bunch of yes men too. Coyote, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. But yeah, they have to take some type of criticism at least. Be like, well, that's that should be Deontay Wilder's group. And you know what I don't really get though? Okay. If these guys are a bunch of like race betas or whatnot, why aren't they bashing JD's for letting that fight go on? They did the same thing to Rob McCracken, right? When Anthony Joshua lost, they blamed Rob McCracken and they blamed who? Eddie Hearn. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Raider from LA, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Just enjoying this time off, if that's what you want to call it. This hiatus. But I just think when you say quarantine, that doesn't sound good. That sounds negative all by itself. You know what I mean? I can't get a haircut. No barbers are open. It's a trip, man. I got a clue, bro, on why Anthony Joshua kept his hair full. Why? Why, Coyote? Is it Coyote? Right? Kurt, how does an AJ versus Dillian White rematch go now? I don't know. That's a good question because do you think Anthony Joshua will fight the same way? That's a question you have to just, Joshua proved he can change his style up, but will he go back to the big, stout brute, the go in and destroy kind of guy get you hurt and then he immediately gets over jealous to take you out? Or will he use a little bit of hybrid like fighting? Will he be smarter? A lot of fighters do it. I mean, it won't be a bad thing if he mixes up the two. If he adds a little bit of that wisdom, of that patience, with that tenacity that he had, and he puts them together. Maybe that might be a version, but someone like Dillian White, he has to fight someone like White because White's going to want to fight him. Zaro's two-time. What's up, brother? Counterpunch chat. Absolutely. It's just random. Ask away whatever it is. We can do it today. It's time to counterpunch. We can only get better when we admit that we ain't perfect. Absolutely, Ali. That's what worries me about Deontay Wilder. I wasn't thrilled to see him get beat. I wasn't. I mean, it was exciting. But then I'm like, if he learned something, I was interested to see when he got beat. I just didn't think it was going to be that night. And since it was that night, I wanted to see how his reaction was. What would it do for him in his career? How would his reaction to the defeat. And it was something that I was hoping I didn't get, but I got. You know how you think the worst of somebody and then you're like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't think that way. Maybe he might not be that way at all. But when he didn't show up at that press conference, when he didn't give Tyson Fury any credit where Tyson Fury kissed his man on the forehead and thanked him for the fight, when he blamed it on his costume, when he allowed all of his fans to think it was something totally different, that Tyson Fury was cheating, it's one thing to not, okay, if you're that proud and you don't want to admit you lost to a certain guy that way, okay, fine. But when you allow someone else, your fans, to talk about somebody that you fought and call them a cheater, that's wrong. You know what I mean? You have to have responsibility for that. You really do. And he's not doing that. He's not even, he heard about the glove gate. He watches all those channels. He does. He could have came out at least to the Boxing Voice and say, hey, man, that didn't happen. You know what I mean? We have to damn near pry those gloves on to get them on in the first place. He has no room to move that out and put it here. There's no way. What do you think about the videos I made? Trash. Yeah, no, man. It was good. I enjoyed them. I saw them before I went to bed, man, and I was really amused. And keep showing them, keep making them. You sure a lot better than mine and when I started, and I'm not a techie guy, you know what I mean? The only technical stuff I had was like the YouTube little edits in there. I didn't have a program to even chop anything up at the time. You know what I mean? So no, they were very good, very informative, very entertaining. You know what I mean? I didn't veer off or whatever. So no, counterpunch to you, Zaro's two-time. Everybody give a shout out to Zaro's two-time for his video. Keep making them, man. If you love what you do, keep doing it. That's what I did. Sammy Khan, what's up, fight fans? Absolutely. This is fight fans in the house. Counterpunch squad in full effect at 12:45 in the morning. Or whatever time it is for you today. Wilder is done, sadly. I did a video today about Carl Froch. And Carl Froch said that, it could be the last of Deontay Wilder. And if it's the last of Deontay Wilder, I'm not going to speculate too much on it. But if it is, he ain't the only person that done that. So to bash him, cool. But understand there were others like that. Ronda Rousey, Jeff Lacey, Michael Grant. We can name many other people that once they got beat, they weren't the same. Remember Fred Oquendo? He's the guy that upset the Black Rhino ATN, Clifford ATN from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He was one of my favorite young heavyweight fighters back in the day. And matter of fact, he was on the undercard of Louis Tua years ago, back in 2000. This was late 2000, people, when Tua took on Lennox Lewis for the undisputed world championship, because he was the mandatory, and he sat on that mandatory, and I believe it was the IBF. I could be wrong. And he sat on that for a long time. And, Tua was knocking everybody out. Tua had that one-punch knockout power. And, anyway, that fight was a dud. But the fire and the most exciting fight of that card was Lawrence Claybay versus Clifford the Black Rhino ATM. Please, you guys gotta check that out. I implore you to check that out. It is one of the most lit heavyweight fights you ever want to see. The Black Rhino, Clifford ATN, Lawrence Claybay, two undefeated heavyweight champions on their way to that contender status. Okay, it was a great fight. And Clifford, the Black Rhino ATN, went on or whatnot, and he got beat by Frezzo Kendo. Frezzo Kendo upset him, right? And they called him the Big O at the time. But after he was beaten, he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same ever since then. So he's another example of that. Devastation. Okay. Devastation. Fury, a rubbish cheater. Okay. What did he cheat on lately? Is it the gloves? Please don't tell me it's the gloves. I can't take another glove thing. The LDBC grasp into conspiracy theories to keep their views up. Even if Wilder would dismiss Glovegate, these fools wouldn't let it go. Speaking of, has Wilder made any statement since the loss? Not about Glovegate. He hasn't. The last thing Deontay Wilder, I remember him saying, was that Instagram post where he was wearing the Trayvon Martin hoodie, and he was just kind of sitting there. Your king is here. I want y'all to stay high in spirits. Yeah, that was a few weeks ago, so I haven't heard nothing from him. I think he's just chilling with his family as he should, because this time, man, it's crazy. You know what I mean? I hope he has everything he needs. Don't have to go out, because he has 7 kids, and when kids come germs. You know what I mean? My best friend came over yesterday. She stopped in going back to Dallas, and she has 3 kids. And they came through here, and I'm like, dude, I got a bachelor pad. Don't, they jumping all on my leather couches, you know what I mean? Stomping around like, you take your shoes off when you're on the couch. Can you put any light on the Canelo Billy Joe fight now? I'm hearing it's Triple G now. I hope Billy Joe don't miss his chance. I think Billy has a good chance. David, you know what? I hope so too, but it looks like they're going to use a disaster, because they figure, and this is the part that I hate about boxing. It's the sport that I love that I hate so much for a reason, and this is for that reason. What those big cash cow fighters like Canelo would do, they would use an event or a situation like we're going through, okay, a disaster, like the coronavirus. He's using that as a way to get out of a trickier fight. See, Triple G is a guy that's on the downcline. People are asking now, is he even still a threat? No. Can he still fight? Yeah, Triple G could probably fight till he's 45, but that doesn't mean he has a chance to beat someone that younger like that. And even if he beats Canelo, what do you think Canelo on points mean? Canelo on points is a hashtag that was created because Canelo can never seem to lose a decision. Okay? But in these years of Golovkin's life, he's 38 years of age. Right? Hold on, let me check real quick. Because I don't want people saying, no, he's 37. Your credibility is fleeting. How old is Gennady Golovkin? 38.
Gennady Golovkin is 37 years old.
Next month on the 8th. Oh, Jesus. He has a birthday with my cousin. But April 8th, he'll be 38. Okay? He'll be 38 years old. And Canelo's wanting to fight him in September and pass on Billy Joe. But you know why he's doing that with Billy Joe? Billy Joe Saunders is a guy that could actually be a threat to him. Billy Joe is 30 years old. Okay? Canelo is what? Is he 30? Is he even 30 yet? Let's see. He's 29, but he will be 30. So if you have someone that is similar in age, he's an undefeated fighter, a southpaw, a mover, a boxer, right? Like Billy Joe. Billy Joe will give you problems. And Canelo has experience. And let me tell you why. People have experience to know. Fighters have experience to know what's a good fight for them and what's not. Someone like Billy Joe would be a difficult fight for him versus someone like Triple G. He can set punches up with Triple G. He hit Triple G more in that second fight than he did in the first. Okay? But he was more aggressive, obviously. But at the same time, he got more of Golovkin. Okay? Now, that could have been a tie, honestly. The first fight wasn't a draw. Golovkin beat him the first fight. But he retained his titles. He got that draw. He should have moved on. And I told people who would ever listen, why is Golovkin running after Canelo? He tasted that money. That's why. He got a taste of that money. He never had any money like that. It wasn't that $5 million. It was that $20 to $25 million. And it makes your banking account look a certain way. But he couldn't let it go. He had to fight him again. I want the rematch with Canelo. You got it. You lost a lot messing with Canelo, right? He was beaten, and then he started ignoring fights of other tough fighters. Okay, dude, you had your fight. You wanted these fights, and then all of a sudden you don't want them no more. That's the problem I have with Golovkin. But if it's him just getting older, just say I'm getting older and I can't fight everybody. Just be real with yourself. Don't try to, there's nobody. I want my belt. I want people with belt. You don't. You want easy fights, or if you do want to fight, it'd be someone that you're gonna get paid on in Canelo. So you don't want to take a beating from someone else but Canelo, because you know Canelo is gonna live with that money. But what's so bad about it, he signed with the zone, so he's getting paid anyway. Right? So this isn't a situation where, it's like it was before. And then all of a sudden him and Abel Sanchez just fell out, if you guys remember that. But I think Canelo knows. I would rather avoid a tough fight with someone like Billy Joe and fight someone like Golovkin now, and pass on that, because I know that's an easier fight. It's a better fight for me. So that's my counterpunch on that. No, it's not. See what's going on. Okay. Change. Wilder has had two chances to KO Fury and failed both. Wilder almost lost his life in the second fight. He will not be the same Wilder in the third. Oh yeah, I bet. All right. What do you think about Mel Charlo submitting a voluntary defense fight with Lara, according to Mauricio Suleiman? Who you got? Oh, Mel. Okay, Jamel. I don't know, because Lara was one of my favorite boxers. Okay, when I say boxers, not fighters, boxers. Because he had ability. He was very skilled. He was very good with distance. And he beat Canelo. That's just, it's just what it was. I remember seeing that fight live, and I thought to myself, like, dude, this dude got robbed. But anyway, I think I think Lara and Whitaker had a lot in common. They were just too good for their own good. They didn't sell a lot, but they were that type of fighter nobody really wanted to fight. Ask Julio Cesar Chavez about Pernell Whitaker, or the late Pernell Whitaker. That was his first quote unquote draw. They had to do something. They didn't rob him. They could have gave a draw to Canelo Lara, but Canelo, and based on De La Hoya wasn't going to have that. He ain't going to put Canelo back in there, his cash cow, against Lara, and then that'll mess up the progression of what the fight they already had planned with Cotto. Okay. Miguel Cotto, and he was one of those imaginary roadblocks, But I don't know. Lara is not the same he used to be. Lara now he stands and fights with a lot of these guys he shouldn't. And a lot of people booed him. I don't care. Boo him. But to take punishment, you know you don't need to, and because you got the skill, maybe he's just getting older. Maybe he can't move like that. It's either he can't move like that or he's deciding to fight. And he's deciding to give up and give in to the spectators and the criticizers that, criticize him. Oh, he's a runner. He runs. Dude, he boxes you. If he ran from Canelo, why was Canelo's face looking like that? He was looking like that because he was getting punched. And it is an aggravating it's an aggravating idea to see someone hit you and you can't hit them back. But anyway, I don't know. Jermell, he's not that skilled though, but he probably could hurt Lara. But I see Lara could outbox anybody in that area, but I don't like that idea, honestly. Because I mean, those guys, they sparred. They were almost brothers. The Charlos and Lotta, they were all by Ronnie Shields. They were all in Houston at one point. I don't know if Lotta still stays in Houston, but I know that he was there I think he's with Salas now, Ishmael Salas. I think he's training with him now, but he was with Ronnie Shields for a very, very, very long time, along with both Charlo brothers. So, I don't know. It would be a good fight, I guess. Can you please plug your Instagram account for your fans? It's DeVille Kurt. That's what it is. DT3 the Boon Man. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Shouts out to you, brother. Logic. Even after first fight, Fury gave Wilder credit. Rematch, he still gave Wilder props. True champion. Yeah, that's what true champions do. No harm, no foul, but hey, it's the winner. He's the winner. You know what I mean? And Wilder, I mean, he just got beat. And that's it, man. He didn't have anything to offer Fury. When Fury started really putting that pain to him, like Mike Tyson, you say, I put that pain to you. Bitch, I put that pain to him. Those guys in prison, they tough. They think they tough. They ain't tough. They ain't tough until I put that pain to them. I'm like, dude, Mike's crazy. Look, Mike went to jail, started beating people up. They were scared of Mike in jail. And Mike was telling them old prison stories. Yeah, when you put that pain to them, yeah, they bow down like a bunch of bitches. We shakes and shit. No, good, brother. That's good. That is good. Kurt, I like Dillian, but he can't beat AJ because he's going to be too aggressive, and that's bad. Well, he could be, Ali. He could be. He could go in there too aggressive. And I think at this point, based on what his last comments were, like, oh, I hit harder than Andy, he's just looking for a left hook. And if he's looking for a left hook, he'll be looking for it last night until he finds himself on his back again. And that's not good, But let's look at the positive side. Like I say about Dillian White, he's like one of those second in command kind of dudes. He's always there. He's always doing big stuff, big things, but he's never really on that top, right? He's like a Juan Manuel Marquez, right? And Marquez was the same way. The Bane, 1986. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Y'all act like Fury isn't a cheat. It's sad. Okay, talk to us. Devastation. Devastate us with what you're talking about. This is the discussion here. This is not boxing ego. I'm not going to say, get him out of here. Put his ass in the hot seat. No. Tell me what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, tell me what you mean by that. I mean, I'll hear anybody out. But, like, tell me what you're talking about. You're just saying, he's a cheat. Okay. Examples. Evidence. What are you talking about? Fury wore 100% cotton socks to beat up Wilder. He needs to be banned for wearing socks to help him move. Yeah, them socks were, but like that's gypsy stuff. A lot of people, and something I like about Fury, he don't care what people say about him. Look at that jacket. That jacket is loud. That jacket looks like it's from the 70s. I mean the mid 70s. in them socks. He don't care. That's Gypsy, And Tyson Fury, he's like, don't. What's wrong with my suit? If you say somebody, hey, yeah, I know it's pretty, isn't it? I'm the Gypsy King. We are live. What's up, McHunu? Counterpunch to you. Triple G by Frotch. Who would win? I think Frotch would take Triple G. You know what I mean? I was going to do a video about that probably early today. I just, it fleeted me, but I will. But I think Frotch will get Triple G. He's just bigger. Um, I think he's more aggressive in the style. I think because if you notice how Triple G fought someone like Deverenchenko gave the fight to Golovkin and actually hurt him. I think Carl Froch would do that and more. You know what I mean? Because Golovkin was hurt. That's the first time we ever seen Golovkin just like, ooh, stop. Hey, good boy. He got hit with that right hook. Bow! Oh, I'm like, oh, Golovkin, he's not a machine. Yeah, I know, right? That's what they see. Your credibility is fleeting. You said the wrong things. Danny Jacobs versus Jermaine Taylor. Ooh. Gerard Johnson. Counterpunch to you. That is a very, very good fight, people. Look, we have Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor is a go. And I think I would give it to Jermaine Taylor early. Because he can hang in there with the best of them. Carl Froch, Bernard Hopkins, right? Now somebody that knows how to withstand and come on late can stop him. Can Danny do that? Can Danny do that? That's what we asking. And Danny's a tough mother. He's a tough mother sucker, right? But can he stay in there with somebody like Jermaine Taylor? Because Jermaine Taylor, he does that slide. Remember that slide he used to do because he's from Arkansas? And actually years ago, I worked with a chick at a call center because I used to work for Comcast, and I worked with a chick that went to school with him. She was good with his. She was like good friends with his child's mom or something like that. And I can't remember. Was he from Little Rock or? I can't remember where he was from. I think he was from Little Rock though, but but yeah, and then she was just saying like he had changed or whatever, he got money and they broke up or whatever. She hit him with that child support. you know, but no, that is a very good fight, man. Jermaine Taylor, but the thing about Jermaine Taylor, he didn't have the stamina. When he's out, he's out. He had Carl Froch beat. I hated him for that fight. When I saw that fight, I'm like, no, stay up. He couldn't do it. He was done. He was out. He was like a deflated tire. There was nothing left but rim. Right? That was it. He didn't have no air. He had nothing left. And Carl Froch took it over from that. I think that was the late 11th or the last round. I think it was the very last round. But it's crazy. No, that very good fight. It definitely, if it's Danny Jacobs, if he can hang in there and don't get hurt, because Danny's kind of chinny, Danny will get hit with punches. And Golovkin got him in the fourth. Pitrug knocked him out, and that referee Robert Byrd, he did the wrong thing. He did the wrong choice in that situation, but he can get chinned. Jermaine Taylor can crack. And he does like to exchange, But for that matter, they're both chinny. I think guys that are bigger, like Kelly Pavlik, like big guys like that or give him problems, especially if you crowd him. I think maybe Jermaine Taylor is probably claustrophobic or something like that because when he got cornered, he had no answer. But Danny Jacobs does that same thing. If you get him on the ropes, he's kind of like a deer in the headlights. If you notice, you know what I mean? If you can get him on the ropes, you can look what Pitrug did to him. Dmitry Pitrug, the undefeated fighter from, was it Russia? Took him out. He crossed. He switched stances, okay? He applied a shifting. It's a, Eastern European technique. A lot of people do it. Golovkin does it. But he caught him on the ropes with his, he was like a deer in the headlight. He had no reaction or whatnot. He was froze. So both of those guys have similar things. I know Danny Jacobs is in better condition though, no doubt about it. Jermaine Taylor probably partied too much, and maybe if he took himself more seriously, he definitely had stamina issues. Definitely, you know, maybe just punched himself out and just didn't have nothing left. You know, didn't calculate his stamina or whatever and his endurance, but you know, he definitely has a stamina problem. So uh, I give it to Danny Jacobs late. Yeah, definitely. But that would be a great fight. Any southpaw fighting Canelo should watch his fight with Lara too from their game. Absolutely. The Bane 1986, that game plan was flawless. The only thing Canelo did, he started throwing to the body because he knew, and what he learned from this from Mayweather. You can't if you cannot outbox someone that boxes. He can't do it. Canelo's not a better boxer than Lara. He's not a better boxer than Mayweather. He's a good counterpuncher. He's a decent boxer, but he's not better than those guys. Okay, you can't beat someone that grew up in, that he can't deal with the Mayweathers. Okay, he doesn't have that pedigree. I'm sorry, he don't have it. You know, nobody taught him the Philly shell. Okay, Mayweather, he never, he didn't do the De La Hoya. Oh, reinvent me, Mayweather. Me reinvent me. I need to beat Mosley. I need this. He never did that. He never had that opportunity. He's been with the Reynosos forever. Okay? From two promoters, two trainers, this whole career since he was 15. And the things he's learned from in tough fights like Mayweather, a lot of, and then he knew, okay, I can't outbox Lotta, right? If I try that, I'm going to get beat and I'm going to get embarrassed as much as I'm getting embarrassed now. And then he knew, I need to throw to the body. That's what he did. He threw to the body. That's all he really did that whole time. Nah, I guess Fred didn't raise enough money from the sheeple to make it out here there. I'm sure he'll just whatever he was sent or whatever. Ruiz batters Wilder opinion. Well, Ruiz has a lot to prove. I think Ruiz at this point, he's a one-hit wonder until he shows otherwise. That's where he's at right now. He's a one-hit wonder. He had 2 fights. That's it. And from his ambition and his choices and decision, he hasn't found a coach. Teddy Atlas told him what to do. He hasn't even acted on that. You know what I mean? He hasn't acted on that. He hasn't went up to New York to talk to hang out and to let Teddy, see where he's at. He ain't doing that. He hasn't done that. He's turned down 2 major fights, one with Ortiz, the other one with White. So, no. He's a one-hit wonder right now based on his decisions, his choices. So will he do anything to Wilder? Wilder has a shot because at least Wilder is in the same situation, okay, that Anthony Joshua was in last year. And it's so ironic. Same round where the fight was stopped. It couldn't be that much irony in the world. Master Y. It sound like a Triple G. Lara would school Charlo. Hey, if they fight, we'll see. Top of the morning, Chris W. Tuned in from UK. Joseph Riddler. Counterpunch to you. Cotton Patch 2000. Hey, do you know where your buddy Thunderdome went? Who's Thunderdome? Cotton Patch. Who's that? Zaro's 2-time. Man, I can't wait to get the other side of this virus. Hopefully promoters decide to merge a bunch of fights we missed onto the Monster card. That would be good 2 times. Zaro's 2 times. Kurt, you do like the trilogy Wilder of Fury? No, not really. No. I think that should wait. I think it should wait. But it's all in the contract. I think the contract, you can't let too much time go by. I can't remember everything about it, but they're just holding up progress, man. That's all that is. Uh-oh, I heard a sniffle. This dude has corona. No, I don't have corona, and that's not a sign of corona, is it? I don't know. No, it's pollen season. It started. April Late March, April, and May. Those are my pollen times. So sorry. Graham Minshall, salute from Scotland, UK. Counterpunch to you. Charlo claims he wants the best, yet he ducked the biggest payday and the chance for unification with Andrade, Deverenchenko there as well. Logic, he don't want it. Those guys, I think they're spoiled and they're comfortable. They're comfortable. Like Floyd says, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in my career. Alan Welch, shout out to you from the UK. Shout out Alan Welch. Counterpunch to you. Sweet Pea Whitaker, Sugar Ray Leonard, who you got? You know what? I'm gonna go with you know what, they gotta fight twice. I'm gonna go with Whitaker. I think Whitaker was more elusive. And then he had the right amount of offense to give Sugar Ray Leonard fits. You know what I mean? But Leonard did have the height, right? Leonard was what, 5'10"? Right? Huh. I got Wilder taking Fury in the trilogy. Okay. Good. You know, I really salute anybody that's a fan of Wilder and they're still a fan of Wilder. Just a fan of him because you like him, not because you think Tyson Fury cheated. You know what I mean? Let's stop that. Like, if he lost, he lost. You know? Or at least, let's see, we should be cautious with Wilder fan channels. One of them made it sound yesterday like Fury just relinquished his license. Man, look, I counterpunched this yesterday. Fury's already been through that. He's already been through the drama with UCAD. You think he wants to deal with that again? Do you really think he wants to deal with more of their drama? Because if you ask like people like Carlos Molina, right? He gave his opinion on this whole scandal or whatever because it happened to him and they waited a very long time, then all of a sudden brought charges on him. Then they said that he couldn't even spar in a whole different country, couldn't fight and all this. Look, it's some corruption in a lot of these organizations, right? And the stuff with Dillian White, you know, that stunk to high heaven, right? But anyway, I don't think he wanted to. Lisa T, counterpunch to you, Lisa T. Can you catch Corona through the internet? No, I don't think so. And if not, we're all doomed. We're all doomed. I really hate Dillian's wobbly legs. Yeah. At times, it's like his body is loosely attached to his legs. So disconnected, he loses against Joshua. Look, BABA, counterpunch to you. I'm glad somebody else said that. Look, you were so right. The dude, I swear, he's like, he's drunken like a fiddler's bitch or something. Like his upper body's like stationary, but his legs are all like he's on stilts or something. You're right. They are. They're like Coogan's bent legs. Oh man, you are so right. Counterpunch to UBABA. Counterpunch, brother. Moonshine _ Blade. What's up, brother? The bias troll is gone. Yeah, I don't see where he did. He left. He just wanted to, he cheated. Y'all lying. I hate all y'all. Devastation. Yeah, okay. Coyote, I think this coronavirus break is more of a blessing to the LDBC because it will buy more time for the likes of Ruiz, Wilder, and also Spence to fully recover. What is LDBC? That's the Lion Den's Boxing Committee? I don't know. One of that. Lions Den. Boxing something. Hope we still get the Canelo Billy Joe Saunders fight. Me too. I don't want that interrupted because Billy Joe, he needs a shot. And we need to see another dynamic. We need to understand that Canelo has kryptonite. And I think De La Hoya's behind that, honestly. Because I think De La Hoya's like, no, let's secure the Golovkin fight because that's the bigger fight. That's the fight that was guaranteed to Golovkin in order for him to sign with the Zone. That's the fight that De La Hoya guaranteed the Zone that he would make on behalf of Golden Boy. People need to understand this. Oscar De La Hoya knows I need that fight to save my own arse. Okay? He needs that fight. He does. Because without that fight, and Canelo's like, I don't want to fight. He don't want to fight him because he's already fought him twice, but he's already made stuff really behind his back. You know? So it is a little you know, it is what it is. I think Canelo will smash Triple G now. Father Time took it. Yeah, I think so too. You know, Moonshine underscore Blade. Jermaine Taylor lives near me. He is from Little Rock. Okay, Hawker Mustang. He's from Little Rock. I thought so. I used to work in Little Rock. I used to work in Little Rock, actually. Yeah. Do you agree with the current ring? Fury is number 1, AJ number 2, White 3, and Wilder 4. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I don't have any discrepancy with it. Why not? Joshua will never toe the line again. Oh, okay. Well, maybe he won't, but we'll see. We will see what style and what temperament that Anthony Joshua decides to make. Good morning, Kurt from the UK. It's 6 o'clock. Stay safe and well. Nikki Blue Eyes Austin, thank you very much, and you do the same. Absolutely. Timmy, why? What's up with Anthony Yard or Yachty? He has been silent since he lost. Yeah, he has. I think his trainer gave him the wrong advice. He should have came on in the 10th instead of the 8th. He miscalculated that Wilder should be number 2, AJ would be number 3, and I don't think Wilder would have lost to Ruiz. But he might not have lost to Ruiz. And again, that's why I said that about Ruiz earlier. Ruiz is a guy that needs to redeem himself. Am I muted? I don't think you're muted, Cotton Patch. Opinions on Robert Helenius. Look, AJ, I think this is Helenius is another guy that's showing where he stands in the sport. All these fighters have to fight each other. It's going to be more upsets like that. If everybody fights it, if everybody stop acting like they're the top and fight everyone that's in the top 5, we'll see who's who. That's it. It's going to be fights like that. You're going to have Gerard Washington beating Helenius. Kaunaki beating Gerald Washington. Helenius beating Adam Kaunaki. It's going to be that way because the styles make fights, and we will see who beats who. And it will be a weird-looking routine, okay? But all the stories won't be what you think they will be. I love Joshua. I believe Joseph Parker could beat Wilder, but he lost twice to Wilder once, so he should not be ranked higher. He's young and will climb back. I don't know about it. He didn't ever fight Wilder. What are we talking about? Richard, what are we talking about? I love Joshua and would love for him to beat Fury, but he isn't very convincing. To me, he is almost like Klitschko, whose fighting style sucks to me. Very robotic, but only doesn't clinch a lot. Well, I think Klitschko's style was pretty much tailor-made for himself. I hated Klitschko's style too. I could not stand it. The only Klitschko fight that I really respected was when he fought Joshua. He got my respect. I thought he was going to beat Joshua. I didn't think Joshua had the experience to take him out. Me and Shelly Finkel were both wrong. Shelly Finkel made the damn fight. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Shelly Finkel, the manager of Deontay Wilder, he made the Klitschko-Joshua fight. Yes, facts. And we were both wrong because I thought, oh, no. This guy with 17 wins? 17 by KO? No. Klitschko? No. His knockouts is 3 times as much as his fights. Okay? Stay safe, brother. Ronnie Fraud, thank you, man. You do the same. Shane Grant, all the way from Barbados. Counterpunch to you, brother. I'll see you soon, definitely. I got to get back out of this country. I got to go. I'm supposed to be gone somewhere. I didn't supposed to stay around here. Bronze Dalsa. Good morning from London. Counterpunch to you. Who do you got, Big Baby Miller or Wilder? You know what, Puma. That's a very good question. Because now everything, a lot of people just assume, because everybody thinks with this triangle thing, theory like mindset. And they think because this guy gets beat and this guy beats him, well, that guy beats them all. No. If Jarrell Miller came pissed off and just said, you know what, I'm gonna take it to Wilder like he does his fights, right? Now remember, we don't know what type of fight or fighter Jarrell Miller is without the drugs. So we don't really know. Okay? We don't really know how he is. But I'll tell you this. That would be an interesting fight now, because now things have changed a lot. Love Wilder at the at the Wilder Fury press conference. Yeah, Wilder was something else. I think he won a lot of that, honestly. I think he actually won the trash talk. The way you heard him is like, don't you ever, hey, don't remember who brought you into big time boxing. I fed your family. I did that for you. Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. Yeah. You're not muted, Cotton Patch. No, he's not. Kurt, he didn't just relinquish his BBC licenses because it ran out and it was just not renewing UCAD. He still investigate with it or without the bribes. Okay, well, he can still get it investigated. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it. I don't think they'll stop. Walt already said he loves to have sex before a fight. I just think so, even though Fury would have beat him either way. Yeah, she put that gangster on him. Oh man, was it they Telly Swift? Telly Swift gave him some of that swiftness and took the fight out of him. His legs was weak. My legs is gone. What you do to me? Telly. My legs is gone. Daryl Alexander, good morning, Kurt. I don't know about you, but I need some live fights in my life. I feel like a compact sports junkie going through fight withdrawals. Counterpunch to you, Daryl. I feel the same way. And thank you for the super chat. Look, I agree. We do need fights, but look, this is one of those times that we're not going to get that. We're just not. We're not going to get it. We're not going to get that. And we need to worry about the fights that all these fighters sacrificed to give us. They gave us these sacrifice fights with their health, with their lives, with their blood, sweat, and their tears. And look, there's YouTube, there's Fox Sports, there's ESPN Plus, there's The Zone. You have a lot of different venues and avenues so we can watch fights. Let's watch the fights that of these fighters that we love to see. Yeah, he hasn't fought anybody, absolutely nobody, 1986, Bane, but we'll see what he can do. Daniel Dubois, I think he's the next young blood. I think so. Tyson Fury and Jarrell Miller. I want to know if Tyson Fury knocked him down 7 times and sent him packing. That's what I want to know. That was a little buzz. That was a big buzz at the time. Brittany Devine. Kurt, what do you think would become of Wilder if he loses the third fight? Does he have the confidence to keep going? Nah, I think he's going to just start acting, getting bit parts and stuff like that. He can do thug roles like kingpin roles and stuff, television. I think he's going to invest in that. He's made a little money now, so I think he should invest in whatever else he was invested in on top of his passion, which is acting. So when you're a boxer and you're a professional fighter and you talk about some other craft as your passion, you're pretty much always that's your subliminal way of not saying what you are not or don't have a passion for, which is boxing. He doesn't. He has a passion for acting, so he needs to go to acting. And he's one of the main poster childs of people that say the head is not supposed to get hit. So if he gets beat like that again, he can cut his losses, go become an actor. Work on that. He has the money. He can work on acting classes with people. He knows people. People will throw him parts because he has a following. That's one thing about television. You could have no acting ability whatsoever, and they can throw you in a feature or a cameo. Okay, that's a starter. Like I did, we finished a film last year called Squatter, and I was this dude that uh, I was squatting in this house in the country, and then these teenagers came, and they threw a party, and I was chopping them up. That's what the story's about. But anyway, they brought in Hurricane Chris, this rapper, right? He's from Louisiana. They brought him in and threw him in there. He had no acting ability. He had his own trailer. He was off with his bodyguard or whatever. But it is what it is. I mean, he had no acting ability. So that just gives you, an example that, yeah, because of your following, people, will throw you and stuff. You know what I mean? Honestly, think we should do away with trilogies because after two fights, there isn't expect much to expect. On rare occasions, do trilogies excite? Yeah, well, unless we had one fight, one winner, back in the day when you had Leonard Hearns, you had that. I would want to see a rematch between Leonard and Hagler because that took years to make. 1987, they weren't even doing 15 rounders no more, right? But that didn't happen. So it is what it is. Go watch some of them fights that you missed. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Hawker Mustang. You tell them. The ref in Fury 2, Kenny Bayless, discuss pterodactyl. Look, or is it dactyl? Actually, I'm going to do a video about that. About Kenny Bayless, and because I've been building a case against that dude for a long time. The way he referees, the way he over officiates, the things that he does. I think that Kenny Bayless is that go-to upper echelon referee that they choose. They say they randomly choose. They don't randomly choose those guys because it's just you don't have him and Floyd McGregor. You know what I mean? Floyd McGregor, Floyd Pacquiao. Think about these fights, people. These fights are huge fights. What's the odds that you having Kenny Bayless on both of those? That's just no. That's too big of a coincidence. Okay, he was meant to be there at that time. He was appointed to be there. No, Kenny Bayless, it's going to be the referee for this, right? And he did a lot of shady stuff, and I'm going to explain in that video. That's going to be my next video in the morning. So check that out, Tara. And Counterpunch to you, I'm glad you reminded me. It's going to be the next on the itinerary, I got a lot to do since we have all this time. And because he did a lot of shady stuff in that fight. And I wanted to talk about that. Kurt, do you think it would become a third? Yeah, well, we already did that. Do you think AJ could beat Tyson Fury? Yeah, he could because of the style. Because a lot of people would say, see, someone like Andy Ruiz and Tyson Fury, you don't know what type of fight those two styles could produce together. It's like a dance, but dancing very serious, like a violent dance. Okay, and how these guys match up is exactly the way it's going to go. It could go ugly, smooth, Why do you think Klitschko and Joshua went the way it went? It was a hell of a lot better fight than Fury Klitschko because of the styles. These guys had similar styles, and they fought like the Dickens, right? They fought like the Dickens. AJ number 1, Fury number 2, Dillian White number 3, and you'll have to find good people to be ranked number 1. Only 2 people. How can you be number 1 looking for work? AJ's put in his. I don't really care who's number 1 and anything like that in rankings. I don't do a lot of ranking videos because it's about the fights themselves. because that number will forever change if everybody fights each other. That's real talk. If everybody fights each other, you can currently say, "Oh, Tyson Fury's currently." Okay, what if he fights AJ and he gets beat? That'll change, won't it? That's why I don't look at the ranking system as something like politics, right? Well, he's number 1, so he should never fight number 6. Why? He's fighting number 15 now. You know what I mean? Like, no, or 227. How come Wilder thinks he is better than Mike Tyson? Timmy Yee. I think it's just the arrogance. When you're around so many yes men, okay, Timmy, when you're around a bunch of yes men, yeah, 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 you're the best. Yeah, you can never do wrong. You can never go wrong. You can never say nothing wrong. All your actions are right. People are saying yes, yes, yes because they're getting your money. At the same time, what's happening? They're putting you into a delusional mindset. Your mindset is becoming, you know what? They are right. I'm always right. I am the best. Ain't I? Yeah, yeah. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best around. Right? Nothing. You know what I mean? You can't do anything wrong. So yeah, you'll start saying stuff and believing stuff because people are convincing you to believe in a certain way that you are the best, you're this, you're that. A lot of people, oh, we're doing it for confidence. But no, it's got to be somebody that gives you criticism that says, okay, man, don't talk about Mike Tyson. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, don't talk about Mike. Mike learned from Customato. We ain't Customato. You know what I mean? But no, they ain't gonna do that. Deontay thought he got to where he was at by doing something that he never really done. He didn't fight anyone worth a damn until Luis Ortiz, a guy that he claimed he would never fight. Now, mind you, he claimed that he would never fight this guy because he was a drug cheat 4 years ago, back in 16, as a matter of fact. I'll never fight Luis Ortiz because he's a drug cheat. He said that out of his own mouth. But who's Stavern? Who did Stavern beat? Areola. Who did Areola beat? Nobody. Nobody knows, right? So no, it's crazy. Frank Sanchez would beat Luis Ortiz. Ooh, dos Cubano. Cubano contra Cubano. LA 12, that is a good fight. Frank Sanchez, he's a good humble brother. I've met him. We talk from time to time. He's working on his English, but he's a good fighter. He's an aggressive fighter, and he's getting trained by two Mexicans, right? Reynosos, Eddie and Chepo, and they are teaching him to be like this hybrid. Like he's using the Cuban style, the dancing, the shuffling, the moving, the cat and mouse, the baiting in style. But then he's also integrating that with that aggressive counterpunching like they do with Canelo. So it is good, and I seen that in his last fight when he fought old Porky there, old Joey DeWaco there. And he showed, yeah, he can dance around, he can box, but he can also turn it on. So the Reynosos are, training him to turn it on, and that's good. Arthur C.S. Morgan, good morning to you, mate. Let's see. AJ will mix it up, which is why I believe AJ would win, unlike Dillian White, who cannot box. But let me tell you something about Dillian White. Dillian White can fight. That's the thing. Dillian White wouldn't be who he is if he didn't know how to fight. That's the thing. And that's one thing about what makes Dillian White dangerous. If Dillian White couldn't fight, if Dillian White couldn't fight, Anthony Joshua would have knocked him out a long time ago because he was already coming on to him, landing those overhand rights and stuff like that. And it was the will of Dillian White to stay in there to keep fighting. And when he hit Anthony Joshua, he caught him kind of in the jaw area, whatever, and that staggered him. He did, but he didn't know how to execute. I think honestly, if Dillian White got better trainers, he would be a better fighter. Or definitely a better boxer. But he's learning as he goes. Remember that. So all this is really coming from like a kickboxing background because he likes to fight. Dillian White is one of them dudes you would like to be with in a bar and something did pop off. He would be a good guy you could be with, a big dude that know how to throw them bows, tear the whole club up. He's that kind of dude. Yeah, that's you don't want nobody. No, you want somebody that's gonna throw these punches, overhands, rights, knees. Chair throwing stuff like that. He's about a brawling type of style. That's what makes him exciting, though. That's why he sells out O2 arenas. So yeah, he might not can box that well, but he's a good fighter. Okay, does that make sense? Andy Ruiz got lucky punch. That's just so I can change and get better. I don't see no one else with that skill, especially not Wilder. Well, Wilder believed in his power so long. The question is now, does he still believe in it? I mean, does he honestly still believe in his power? That's what you got to ask yourself now. You know, um, a lot of people, if you got someone with a big ego, like Deontay Wilder, he has a big ego. I get that, but a lot of things a person won't admit to public, in the public eye, but then, behind closed doors, they probably think in a certain way. So I wonder if Deontay Wilder, I wonder if he's even thinking that. I'm not, is he doubting himself? I'm not sure. Or he could just be in denial. But you know what they say, the most arrogant people or the most conceited people are the most, what's the word? Um, they battle with the most self-esteem issues. So there needs to be someone to govern the governing bodies. They're shady too. Brittany Devine, you are absolutely right, but that won't happen. I doubt that'll ever happen. Abs UK. Morning, Kurt. How are you? All good, I hope. Everything's good my way. Pollen season started. So, and it's bad because you start sniffling and coughing a little bit and runny nose, then and they're trying to tell people like, hey, don't trip off that. Don't run to the doctor because you could run in there with somebody that could be infected and then you get what they got. Then you might not even had it until you went to the doctor. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Usyk will also hurt some bodies. Yeah, I think Usyk will make a splash, honestly. You know? Tim Witherspoon, Tyson Fury, who you got? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. Michael Buffer should be the ref. I think not Candy Crush. What do you know? Nah, I don't think that should be. If Wilder or Ruiz fight Hellenius and beat him, do they become mandatory for Joshua? I don't know. That's a very good question, though. Because, Adam Kalnaki was on his way, right? He was on up there. Extraordinaire X because Tyson Fury beat Dillian White. Deontay Wilder. The boxing world thinks he's the best of the best without fighting AJ. AJ can box and slug. Tyson Fury has not fought any like AJ. Well, I tell you this. Extraordinaire X. Counterpunch to you. That's exactly why people are all, yeah, Fury. I'm good. I'm happy for Fury. Fury did something that he wanted to do, and they should have gave him the victory. Damn it, over a year ago. Okay, back in late 18. All right, and the way he did it this time, he just sealed the deal. He was daring, and he was daring by his confidence, and he was able to pull it off. But it's like, yes, we're celebrating Tyson Fury now, but make no mistake about it, there are other fish to fry. Deontay Wilder was just a guy that was, he was that guy that was the resistance. Like I told people, he was the one arm champion. He's a guy that he only had one arm that could hurt people. Or that one punch, or whatever you want to say. That's what he had, and he was beat. He was almost beaten by a lot of people. A lot of people. Look at the second Ortiz fight. If Ortiz would have got up in 9 seconds, they said the count was fast. I don't agree with that, but they say the count was fast. A lot of people argued that the count was fast. Okay, Deontay Wilder was losing every round. Okay, that you can only get so far with what he did, and it was a blessing that he got that far from doing what he was doing all these years. 11, 12 years of doing the same shite, people, the same stuff that he was doing, and he got that far. That's an accomplishment right there, regardless if you like him, love him, hate him. He got as far as he got off of yes men and the limited things he was working on at the gym, the limited strength and conditioning, the limited everything. Deontay Wilder still got that with confidence and yes men. He got that far, right? And they knew they were picking Fury the first fight to just knock him out so they can get that name on his resume to see, we don't have to fight Klitschko to have a guy that beat Klitschko. We beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury beat Klitschko. So what we need Klitschko for? Right? Joshua ain't did nothing. He ain't did nothing Tyson Fury didn't do, and we beat Tyson Fury. They needed Tyson Fury, people. That's why they took the fight. When Tyson Fury was calling out Deontay, I'll beat you, you Dulce, you're a Dulce. I'm coming back for you, Wilder. Right? Because Deontay Wilder was there. They were hyping that fight up, and Deontay Wilder and his team knew we need this fight. Because we know we need more than $12 million, but we're not worth more. We can argue all we want. We can argue till the cows come home, but that's all they're offering us. Oh, well, then by that time it was 15. But by that time, the unified champion had other obligations, which was Anthony Joshua, so he took the Povetkin fight. Another fight that ended up stanky with Deontay Wilder. Now, I ain't blaming Deontay Wilder for that because, the guy tested positive for some drugs, and they went back and forth in the ring. It was a lot of shadiness. But anyway, all BS aside, Deontay Wilder did not fight the guys that could have gave him that that took that that problem, okay? That mark on his record until he went in there against Fury, and Fury didn't supposed to do it based on what he's been through, okay? His history, his recent history. So, again, Wilder fought a lot of people, a lot of those guys, we didn't know who they were, but then a lot of people that he did beat. And he beat, like I said, he beat these guys from the limited knowledge, the limited training, and a lot of yes men. So, yeah. But Tyson Fury beat him. Does that make him just the best? He has to fight AJ. He has to fight the other champion. He has a score to settle. And I think, honestly, Tyson Fury did that backwards. Why? Because Tyson Fury should have fought Anthony Joshua first. That's who you should have been calling out, not Deontay Wilder. You could have went Deontay Wilder later on. Right? But anyway. Curtis Wilder and Fury's wife had a fight. Oh God, whatever. We ain't gonna go there. Definitely Wilder's wife. Wilder would school him. Fury would school him. Dillian did beat AJ in the amateurs. That's right, Brittany. Counterpunch to you. He did beat him. AJ is much better now. AJ has improved more than White. Okay, touche. Robin Bradley, 100%. What is crazy is that you can call Fury number one over Joshua because he beat the fake Wilder, ? That's what I'm saying. He has to fight Joshua. That's the real test. Somebody that gave him the business in sparring. Someone that he vouched for as a young novice fighter. Okay? So, time to sleep from New Jersey. Timmy Yee. Counterpunch to you. Have a good night. Because I'm going live tomorrow. We're going to do the live commentation of the we're going to watch the Mosley Mayweather fight. And that's going down tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. No, I'm not underestimating White. No, I'm not underestimating White at all. The bubblegum gloves. What is the bubblegum gloves? What is that? I don't know what that is. Wilder has very low self-esteem, disgusted and overconfident and arrogant. He is trying to be a bad guy, but frustrated that he couldn't get people to like him. Hates Fury and Joshua for that. Well, I know he hates Joshua because Joshua's loved and admired and stuff like that, and he makes all the money. And he's seen a taste of that when he was commentating the Klitschko Joshua fight. I can see that. I can see him, being jelly, And actually, I don't even think the word is jealous. I think it's more of envy than jealousy. Because to explain the two, because people, what's the difference? Jealousy is the fact you're the fear of somebody taking what you already have. That's jealousy. That's all that is. Envy is something that you want that someone else has. Okay? Jealousy is when you already have it. Like you have a fine wife, you have a bad wife, bad girlfriend, bad fiance, and then you are every time she goes somewhere, you're giving a shit because you don't, what you wearing that for? Where you going? Where you going now? You going out with your friends? I don't like her. She hang out with these dudes and this, that, and the other. I ain't like that. That's a fear. Okay, that's fear that you're afraid that somebody else might grab her attention or whatever, and she might, they might be able to steal her away. Envy is when you don't have her at all. Envy is where you see that same girl, for example, and wish she was in your car instead of other guy's car. I think it's more Deontay saying that it was he was more envious of what was going on. Because if you guys can remember, Anthony Joshua called out Tyson Fury. You remember that? Tyson Fury, where you at? Remember that? After he beat Klitschko. Wilder was there. But the whole thing is Wilder was in the dark. I hear Wilder talk about how dark the heavyweight division was when Klitschko had it, but he was equally in the dark. He was just another heavyweight that could have brought it to the light. He wasn't a part of that movement. Now the good thing is that he put himself in the light or in the spotlight momentarily, to give people the idea of that was going to happen, but it wasn't him that started anything. Tyson Fury let the spark, right? Anthony Joshua blew it up, okay? So Wilder, he didn't make his mark. He lost to Fury. He was one of the guys that just made somebody else's resume look better, and that's Tyson Fury's. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Jack Reese, one of the best. Yeah, he's a good referee. He gave people the benefit of the doubt. What's wrong with that? Marnie, matey, good morning to you. I'll bet Wilder and Shelley wish they had left Fury in rehab. Yep, they shouldn't have called him out. They should have decided to go with somebody else because all they did was allow Tyson Fury to get. He used them. He played them that whole time. The mind games were just spectacular. A guy that really ain't fought anybody, we gonna fight him. You know what I mean? You didn't fight Klitschko. I fought Klitschko. So you didn't do what you supposed to do to prove who you were. The only people that were worth a damn people were the Klitschkos. Period. Everybody else were a couple notches below them. They were the guys. They had look. The Klitschkos had like contracts. You fight one, beat one. You gotta fight the other. That's like double dragons. Okay? You had to fight both of these dudes. These big fucking Dragos. They die. You had to fight both of these guys. And, Steel Hammer and Big Brother. What the hell? You beat Steel Hammer? Wait, then you gotta fight his big brother? What is that about? I'm a movie buff. That reminds me of not Hard to Kill, but God. Mark for Death. Fury bleeds boxing. I love to hear something from Wilder, a decent interview. Yeah, I would ask questions Wilder wouldn't like, though. Because I would ask him questions like, hey, man, your career, the things you've done, you've accomplished, certain things. I don't think he would like too much. Set a reminder for live tonight. Oh, Nikki Blue Eyes, thank you, because I'm gonna be ready. 2 p.m. Central. I will be ready, waiting. I'll be right here. The front screen. We'll have everything set up, and we'll be ready to rock. And we're gonna start like in the dressing room, because there's a lot of things that people don't remember about that fight that they were memorable. People, very much so. Fury's underrated. Is undefeated for a reason. I learned the difference between envy and jealousy watching The Simpsons. Lisa T. Copy you. So I can't be jealous of Tyson Fury and Wilder's wives because I am not a world champ. Ah, come on now. The best channel is 100. Mike Murphy, counterpunch to you. Counterpunch to you, Mike Murphy. What's up, fight fans? Cash for cat. Extraordinary X, bro. When you say things like "I want a dead body on my list" and talk like that, the world is not gonna love you. Well, he was trying to be like a combination of what Mike Tyson said and the things that Mayweather said, and he was trying to just mix that up in his own personal drink. That was his personality, a combination between those two, and it didn't suit him well. It didn't. I mean, he could have been a more, and he could be a likable guy. It ain't that he's just that terrible. He ain't. He just tries too bad to be an asshole, or to be that dude that he know he ain't. The dude got 7 kids. I want to look a kid in his eyes while Cripper's that. He don't mean that. You know what I mean? He don't, like he says about other people, he don't believe that himself. You know what I mean? Bruce killed it. Bruce. Did you see the beef with Bruce Vane? No, what happened with Bruce Vane? I missed that. One takes revenge from the other. Khabib versus Tony. Best fight of the year, maybe the only fight of the year. Probably so. Right after Wilder, who do you got in America to represent the heavyweights? I don't know yet. It's a good question. It's not a lot, you know, because I don't know what Ortiz is going to do. I think his claim to fame was Wilder, sadly, because they should have thought outside the box with Ortiz, because he might have actually beat some people when he could have fought them when he was damn near still worth a damn. You know what I mean? I don't know how worth a damn, but it is what it is. Vitali, Dr. Iron Fist, Klitschko. Yep. Joshua Little John. You absolutely called it. You the man, Counterpunch. Appreciate you, Mike Murphy. Anthony Joshua gets way too much credit for beating a 41-year-old Klitschko coming off a loss that previously been knocked out 3 times. Well, you gotta look at it like this. um, it ain't like Klitschko got beat 3 times, then fought Fury and lost again, then fought Joshua. That would have been a different story. Okay. Because Gerard, let me tell you something. The guy got beaten 10 years until he fought Fury. You know what I mean? That's an accomplishment. And then see Fury and what happened with Fury. Fury wasn't in any kind of shape, physically or mentally or any kind of to take on Klitschko again. Okay, so I think Klitschko brought all his frustrations, energy out in that fight with Joshua. And Joshua got the ugly part of it, unfortunately. But then again, no one else was there to challenge Klitschko either. That's why when Wilder should have stepped up, he didn't. And they didn't believe he could. So his team didn't believe and didn't have confidence in him to do that. So, I mean, at least somebody did. Bruce got called out on Canelo and accused him of being racist. Hilarious. Oh, yeah. AJ Lee's boobs are Warren. Oh, AJ, Lee, Bob, or Warren. I don't know. Chisora might hunt Usyk. He will hunt Usyk. You know. The hunter and the hunted. You know. Ortiz will be back for another chance at least. I hope so. Because he's getting old. He's 40. I guess Klitschko was the boogeyman. I guess he was. Wilder is a fighter, not a boxer. And when a fighter meets a boxer, the result is what happened to him against Fury. Guillos, I think Wilder is not a boxer nor a fighter. I think he's a puncher. He knows he can punch with one punch, but everything else is so undeveloped. He didn't learn a lot, unfortunately. You're really good at what you do. Enjoy your shows. Do you think you could help Blue Blood? Extraordinary and X. No, I can't. I can counterpunch some of the stuff he says that I don't agree with, but that's about it. Hopefully, he'll take it as helpful criticism, and it may help him on down the line. But I doubt that because he's a part of a consortium. I think those guys, if they only can make certain videos, and I think all the videos that they make, they have to agree on the things that they say. If they don't, I think you could get banned or something like that. That's what I think. I don't know, Mark. Where is Wilder? Kurt, are you on lockdown? Abs? No, I'm not on lockdown. I'm just staying low. You know, this pollen season that's starting. Because down here in the South, the pollen sprouting is everywhere. And I hate it. No sports anywhere. It's depressing. Abs UK. Check out the zone, brother. Check out YouTube. Okay. You know what I miss? I miss ESPN Classic. Wilder has been humbled. We'll see if Wilder's been humbled. We'll see how humbled Wilder is. You know. Okay, you slept, bro? Nah, not really. Actually, I just woke up about 9 o'clock. You know, and I miss Sports Center. Yeah, me too. I miss Sports Center too, Ronnie. I ain't gonna lie. Wilder's too arrogant to be humble. That's what I'm afraid of, Bane. I'm afraid of that. That's why I said we'll see where Wilder's at. We'll see what he does. You know. But yeah, I miss Sports Center. At least AJ and Fury can say they have beaten an all-time great. Can Wilder say the same? No. Wilder Wilder has to savage what he lost, what he became particularly fond of, which was the WBC belt. Yeah, let's hit the like button, people, please. We're here with 117 on the chat. We got 43 likes. Yes, we're all missing boxing. Yeah, but I'm gonna look at the fights I've never seen because I know there's all types of fights that I know I haven't saw all of them. Right? You and Showbiz the adult together one time for the culture. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Showbiz adult has some good content, and it's simple. It's simple. It's exuberant. He shows personality in it. Just he's himself. It's nothing like being like anybody else. It's nothing like being yourself. You can be like anybody else. You can emulate, impersonate, mock, right? Mimic. But it's nothing like being yourself, man. Just be yourself. you know. Wilder will knock Brits out again. You will see. All right. That's what I want to see, some confidence. I want to see confidence. The pool of a good heavyweight boxers fade in comparison to the Tyson era. Yeah. Ever since this virus going around, no more boxing at the moment. For Wilder, let him go back and rebuild, but I doubt if he'll come back stronger like AJ did. Well, that just shows you the caliber of person. What is Wilder doing right now versus what was AJ doing after his loss? AJ went right back to the drawing board. AJ reminded me of Sugar Ray Leonard. When Sugar Ray Leonard was upset by Roberto Duran, he was he went by it. That bothered him. He got hungrier. Old people are suffering. Yeah, they need to stay inside, definitely. I'm sure he'd knock me right out, but I'm not in lockdown, so he won't find me. Just wondering how AJ is spending those money. He's really a reserve guy. No, no. Tyson Fury is a terrible for any tall fighter, including Dillian White, AJ, and Deontay Wilder. AJ versus Pavectin, who wins? I don't know. Ortiz. I don't know. I don't know. Be a good fight though. Feel bad for Floyd praying for his family. Yeah, I feel bad for Floyd too. Because all that money you can't bring him back. That's the bad part. A lot of people, I would buy them back into Earth. You know what I mean? Uh, Hypothetically, if you was working Wilder's corner for the third fight, I don't know because anything would be to set up what he already has and the big right hand, and it would be more of setting punches up in combinations. But he's had a legacy history of not doing that, so I don't know. I just think in the corner, I think in the gym, we need to start there before starting in the third fight. Just starting me off, I'm in the corner. I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. What's the game plan? We need to, have an effective game plan for somebody like Fury. Not just go in there and knock him out. You know, Obviously you can't do that. I mean, you probably could, but that didn't work the second time. Curdy, you missed the the set acting wise. How are you mentally dealing with this strain? Ronnie, I'm good. I'm good because at this point, you know, it's not that they're canceling it. We were on a hiatus anyway. We were going to be off this week. Wait, no. Last week we were off. This week would have been back to work, but they extended it 3 weeks. So, no, I mean, I'm really good. I just wish I could go somewhere. I was going to use it as like to go to South America, go back to Brazil, go somewhere and just chill. But I can't go anywhere because we're not allowed to really fly. That sucks. I don't know, Abs. I don't know what's happening to the world. That you Wilder will feel forever regret not taking that 120 million with 7 kids. Yeah, but someone that arrogant probably won't. He'll probably convince himself that he made the right decision. But and because you can't convince someone, you can't convince stupid with logic. It just ain't gonna happen. Wilder might not ever be the same like Mike Tyson after Holyfield lost and take losses to people he shouldn't lose to. But we don't know who Wilder's supposed to lose to or not. He was not. He was never unified. He was not, definitely not undisputed. And he never wanted that, obviously. So we don't know who he fought. He never fought anybody worth a damn. So we don't really know who could have done what. Tyson fought those dudes. Wilder avoided those dudes. So, no. Daniel Z, he could. It would be a good fight. I would like to see Tyson fight and AJ. That'd be a great fight. That should be the next fight. Wilder should practice a new punching tree. Yeah, he should. I like the boxers to fight at least 3 times a year. Yeah, Candy Crush, it could happen, but a lot of times, I mean, Mayweather has structured so many things, and the money you make in 2 fights versus the money you could make in 3, they're like, nah, let's just do it twice a year. That's it, so. Errol Spence versus Paul William in their prime. I think Paul William would get him unless Errol Spence could put in that body work and break him down to the body. And then one thing about Errol Spence, he ain't fought nobody bigger than him. I think people at 154, 160 would smoke Spence because they're just too big. And then those punches, I think, will actually hurt him. I see Errol Spence would be in the same situation Mikey Garcia was when he moved up to fight him. He would be that type of way. When he starts getting hit by those 160 pounders and they're really 168 on the day, you know, you don't like the saying cruiserweight. Well, I'm sorry, it's a weight class. I wish Spence would fight Pac-Man. I wish Spence would fight Crawford now. That's the fight should have been on. You are running from a guy, a smaller guy. You running from a smaller fucking guy in Crawford. People need to think about what they're really talking about a lot of times. And then letting his trainer, Derek James, oh, yeah, I don't think that'll be a good money fight at all. I thought this was strap season. You wasn't saying that shit when he was fighting absolutely no one. Hey, he fought Mikey Garcia, which was a small fighter. You know, no, and obviously Errol Spence don't care to be pound to pound, pound for pound. He doesn't. Crawford is pound for pound. You're right. He very much is, but it is what it is. In UFC, I don't think there are any cruiserweights. It's lightweight and heavy. Okay, that's UFC though. They have their own deal over there. Everyone is avoiding Crawford. Now, Pacquiao should retire if he isn't fighting Spence or Crawford. No one is better than those two. Avoid them means he admits that he is finished. He just should admit if he wants to fight, he shouldn't fight the best, and if he wants to fight the best, he should fight those dudes, and he should get out. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have it because I think that's a mentality that fighters shouldn't create. And if they have created that, they need to sit down somewhere. You know what I mean? When you go, oh, tomorrow at 2 p.m. we're gonna watch the Floyd Mayweather Sugar Shane Mosley fight. I'm gonna be live then. Boxing stars and WWE stars make way more money than UFC. Absolutely. Now, wrestling is big. Boxing is big too. It's Canelo ducking Andrade. Canelo is fighting who he wants. He's drank a little bit of the Mayweather soup and or the potion, and he's been affected. Miguel Cotto did the same thing. Everybody that pretty much fought Floyd has got a piece of Floyd in them. Sorry, they got affected with the Floyd religion. Okay, they went to the Floyd sanctuary. Man, I don't know if he's cherry picking, but you could say that. If he's picking his own people, he's fighting his own fights. He's choosing who he wants to fight, and that's that. But anyway, guys, it's been great. I'm gonna try to get some sleep or whatnot. But Lex Gaming, Abs UK, Joshua Little John, Brittany Devine, Mike Murphy, Goodfellas, Pulp Fiction, Tommy Hearns versus B Hop in their prime. I would give it to B Hop. I don't know, but that's a great fight. But we will commence back tomorrow, 2 p.m. for Mayweather Mosley, the showdown. You guys, I'll see you there. Thank you for coming on. Salute, Nikki Blue Eyes, Austin, Extraordinary X, Daniel Z, The Bane, 1986. Everybody on the chat has been Counterpunch. Stay safe and peace out. Peace.